Everybody, this is Tina with Loving Life's Little Blessings, and I'm doing this video to do a updated blog post. I get asked a lot of questions about how I sort my Project Life core kits by color, and I answer it a lot. I send a lot of emails, and then I also respond to a lot of different Facebook posts. And also I noticed that when I was checking the stats on my blog, that a lot of people visit that particular post of how I sort my cards by color. And I realized that the blog post that I did is kind of outdated. And so I wanted to do this updated post. So some of you guys have probably already heard me talk about this, so you might want to skip the video. That's okay. Otherwise, I'm going to be talking about how I organize my core kits and how I organized a lot of my cards by color. Okay, so first you're looking at the IKEA cart. I have two of these. This one holds all of my pockets cards. Okay, so it holds all of my core kits. And at this point, that's all I have is Becky Higgins core kits. So then I do have another one that's over here, and they usually are right by each other, and that holds all of my embellishments and stamp sets for Project Life. So when I'm doing Project Life, I just bring this over to my counter, and that's how I work, okay? So the first thing I do when I get a core kit, before I organize it by color, or before I leave it in the box, before I do anything, I take the core kit. You can see this is a core kit that I just got. It's the olive edition. I got it on Amazon for $7.50. It went on sale, and so I purchased it. Now I have Amazon Prime, so I get free shipping. Otherwise, if you didn't have Amazon Prime, you would pay shipping, and it's pricey. Or you would have to spend $35 or more to get the free shipping. So the reason it works out for me to get the kits cheap is because I have Amazon Prime, and a lot of times I get asked how I get my kits for so cheap, and that is one of the reasons that I can find the kits for cheap. So I got the olive edition. It's one I've wanted. It wasn't high on the list of core kits I wanted, but it is one that I wanted specifically. I feel like it would be really fun for like summer, or, you know, a certain like summer vacation, that kind of thing. So I went ahead and got it. So the first thing I do is I open up my core kit, and then I organize my cards by filler card, journaling cards. So all of these cards in this pile and this pile are all the ones that I've picked for filler cards, and then all the ones in this pile and this pile these are the first and last page cards here on top. But otherwise, the other cards are journaling cards. So what I do is I will go through the cards. So this is an older kit, so it has like 25 of the same design. The newer kits have 10 each of each design. So what I do is I look at it and I say, okay, yeah, I like the front of this. And then I turn it over and I say, okay, well, this is really plain. It just looks like a grid card. I have plenty of those. So all of these will be filler cards, and I put them in a pile. Then I go to the next ones. And I say, okay, I like that as a filler card. What's on the back of it? Okay, I like this as a journaling card. So then I split it. So then I would take a chunk of these, you know, 10 or 12 of these, and I would put them in my journaling pile, and then I would leave this in my filler pile. So then what happens is I never ever flip over a card. Even when I use this kit, I'm leaving this kit in the box because it's a specific design. When I go to use this kit, I will not flip this over. Like, I won't look at this and say, okay, this is a filler card. What's on here? Which side do I need to use? If I'm looking for a journaling card, I will pull this pile out and I will look at the fronts of my cards for a journaling card. If I'm looking for a filler card, I will look through these chunks of cards for a filler card, okay? So that is how I organize the box right away. I get it, I organize it, that's how this one's done, okay? So then the next thing I do is, if I am going to organize it by color, I'll start dropping my colors in, and I do, this is a close to my heart medium organizer, okay? It works really well. I just have my 3x4 cards in here. I keep my 4x6 cards another place, and that is because I use my 4x6 cards more than I use anything else, okay? So what I did is, you can see I have little dividers. The thing is that I could never find a container that not only fit the cards, but then was tall enough that I could put a divider in. Every single thing I found would fit the cards, but then I wouldn't be able to have a decent sized divider. This is the only box that covered both of the issues of being able to fit the cards, and then also I could put a divider in, and then it also happens to fit in this IKEA cart, which I got after the fact. So I felt like it was a win-win. So I keep all my 3x4s in here. I just do like basically the rainbow color. So I just start with black, and then all these up here, it starts with filler cards, and then it goes into journaling cards, and it's all sorted by kits. So right now, like this is all the Jade kit. This is Midnight kit. This is Blush kit. This is, I'm not sure. This is Fifth and Frolic. Okay, so you see how that's going, and then this is the Heritage kit, and then the Seafoam kit, and then I think this might be more Midnight, more Jade, Craft, and then it goes into journaling cards. So this is all Midnight kit. And then this is Blush kit, Clementine, Fifth and Frolic, Heritage. Yeah, okay. So that way I know all my filler cards are up front, all of my journaling cards are in back, and for the most part, the kits are together. And I have a pretty good memory, so I just naturally know like which kits are which. Like I can just pull out a card and pretty much know which kit it came from. So I do the divider, I do it in the back of the color. So this is black, and all the black is up here. Then this is gray tannish cards. This is browns, reds, pinks, orange, yellow, green. Then I have like a kind of more normal blue. Then I have a blue-green. Then I have purple. And then I divide up by, okay, like this is kind of like rainbow type cards. So this is from Clementine, and it's this mix of colors. This is from Jade, Amber, and then the Cobalt. So then same thing, this is filler, and then these should be journaling, which I noticed there's a couple in here. I just pulled these out the other day. I was working in an album. That's why they're there. They should actually be here. Okay, so then these are journaling. Same thing. Here's some honey, amber. And then back here are, the next section is like this. And the cameras, any of the cameras. These are upside down. That's from Fifth and Frolic. The little calendar cards. And then back here are these kinds of cards. When the orientation is that way. And then the very back is like just like these are, that whole section is upside down. I don't know what happened. So this is like the Monday, Sunday, the days of the week cards. So that is how they are sorted by color. Now, I adore that I did this by color. I love that they're organized by color. Down here in this, okay, it's the bottom one. Hold on, guys, sorry. Okay, so this right here are all my 4x6 cards, and they're organized the same way by color, and they just do the same black, gray, tan, brown, red, pink, orange, you know, it goes the same way. And I pop this up on my table when I need a 4x6 card, okay? So I love that I did it by color, but I will tell you, A lot of times I get asked, do I regret doing it? And I would say, no, I don't regret doing it because I use more of the cards because I project life or scrapbook by color. So whatever color I'm working with, that tends to be what I want to pull from. When they were organized by kit, I didn't really know, like I wouldn't know that different kits went well together. Like the orange in the Seafoam kit works very nicely with the orange in the Clementine kit and the Jade kit. Well, I wouldn't necessarily know that because I would just pop a box, a core kit up on my workspace and then I would use it. Okay, so I wouldn't really know like which other kit to pull out. This way, all of my orange are together. Okay, so I have found that I use more of my cards. The downfall to that is because I set my albums up monthly, so each month I either use one core kit or I use one set of designer paper. So the hard part is, like say I want to use midnight, well the midnight colors are black and yellow. So sometimes it's not as easy, okay? So my solution for that is I keep some of my core kits in their box. I did purchase an extra midnight kit and an extra Seafoam kit specifically to have on hand so I could just grab it and use it and not have to worry about going through my sorted colors. I know that may not be practical for everybody. I've never, like probably for the last year and a half since Becky Higgins put her core kits in big box stores, I've never paid more than $12 for a core kit since then. Well, I take that back. I did purchase a core kit from her website and I paid full price. I paid $29.95. Otherwise, I get them for really cheap, so I don't care that to pick up an extra one. The Seafoam kit I got on Amazon. I got it for an amazing deal. I think I got it for $12.50, maybe $12 or $12.50 when it was on clearance or on sale. And so I like having some of my core kits in boxes if they're specific. Like the ones I have in boxes now are the olive, the Dear Lizzie Neapolitan, and then the Azure kit. And those are kind of very specific. I really wouldn't know how to break them up into color because there's such a mix of color. Like the olive kit, I would probably put this in green just because that's what jumps out at me to begin with. But it is really blue and green. Okay, so same thing like with that one. I feel like it might be a little bit harder to break up. Same with this one. That's kind of pink and green. I'd probably put it in pink, but it might not get utilized as much. So my advice when breaking your core kits up into color is first, it's really only going to work for you if that's how you create. If that's how you scrapbook and project life, then you will adore it. If it's not, it's going to be a huge waste of your time. Okay, so that's the first thing I would say. The second thing I would say is don't be afraid to keep a couple in their boxes. Don't feel like you have to do every single one. I started out by doing I knew blush was very, very specific, and it's not one that I use all the time. Like it's very girly. It's pinks and flowers, and it's not something that I'm going to go to all the time. So that one was really easy for me to break up into colors. Same thing with Fifth and Frolic. Clementine, same thing. It's kind of a boring kit because it has more of those of the same designs. So I was really okay with breaking it up. Midnight, is pretty specific. It's just black and yellow. So, I would definitely say it's worth it and I like having it that way, but I would also say that I do like having some in their boxes. So I tend to do both. And then, I feel like I just utilize my supplies more. And like I said, I use more 3x4 cards than I do anything else. So I like to just be able to think like, oh, I need something pink or red or whatever, and I just can go grab it. That's the other thing. I like having my 3x4 cards right on the top of that. IKEA cart because I access it a lot. It's a little bit hard to close. I would say that. It's a little bit more this, it doesn't, you can see it, like you have to kind of lift it. But that's it. So I'll just go over what is in the rest of my cart. The middle one is, this is 4x6 cards. This is, I have a few kits that I just have a little chunk of, like I have a little chunk of honey. I think I have like either half or a quarter of a kit of honey. I have a little quarter of a kit of jade, and then I have a like half a kit of vintage travel, and that's in this one. And those are just ones I picked up before I ended up getting the full kits. So I just keep them together. And then, because I also have them, I have them separated into color as well. And then this bottom one is baby core kits. So I have the baby for him and for her, and that's mixed up together. And then there's a divider in it. And then I have the neutral baby core kits. These are first and last cards from kits. This is from a class that I did in January, and it had Project Life cards that we were able to print out. So I have those in there. And then I have full kits. I have a Midnight, Seafoam, Azure, Dear Lizzie, and then Olive. I'm out of room to stack kits, which may be a good thing. These are cards that either they're cards I've made, like that's a card I made, or they're cards like when I'm working with a kid or I'm working on a project and I change my mind about what cards I want. If I pull them out, I kind of stick them down here until I have time to go back and file them. And then this is when I took Becky Higgins' Project Life class this year, we were able to purchase specific, they're called list cards, life lists. And so they're in here. So those are all of my cards or kits. And then Stampin' Up just came out with Project Life. They partnered with Becky Higgins, you guys know, and we have our own Project Life kits. And I just keep those in their box, and I actually just keep them up on my shelf. So I hope that helps. If you guys have any questions that I didn't cover with the sorted by color, please just let me know, and then you can click at the top of this video and it will take you right to the coordinating blog post, and you can see photos and explanations for anything else that I covered in the video. So thanks guys for hanging out with me, and I will talk to you later.